Hello, my friends. We continue to follow the events on the front lines in Ukraine and Russia, as well as the latest news now in the new year 2025. Thank you for sticking with me, liking the videos, and supporting them with your comments. Despite the holidays, the war continues and activity on the front lines remains intense. Unfortunately, it seems not everyone understands that a war is ongoing. Even on New Year's Eve, battles were raging and lives were being lost. Yet, some individuals in Lviv and Odessa decided to launch fireworks as if the war doesn't concern them. Meanwhile, Budanov has stated that 2025 is expected to be somewhat better than 2024. 2025 will be a better year for Ukraine than 2024. Russia, on the other hand, will face very difficult decisions, said Budanov. Last year, a journalist asked me what my expectations were for 2024, and I honestly said that unfortunately 2024 would be very challenging, but I am much more optimistic about 2025. It will definitely be better than this year. There are objective reasons for this, and I hope that in 2025 we will witness many positive events that will finally bring us what we have all been waiting for. We'll soon find out what the new year has in store for us. But the war continues on New Year's Eve. Ukrainian defenders held their positions across the entire front line. Today, some year-end statistics have emerged. At present, Russian forces occupy approximately 18.52% of Ukraine's territory, with 0.54% captured in 2024. The majority of advances were recorded in the Donetsk region, 65%. Overall, movements along the front: Russian forces 3,310 kilometers, Ukrainian forces 497 kilometers. As grim as these figures may seem, we have managed to hold our ground quite effectively after 12 months of relentless Russian offensives. Eternal glory to our heroes. The losses are significant as seen in these figures. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts in the comments. Now, let's move on to the most challenging Pokrovsk sector. This remains the most active front line with around 50 assaults conducted daily. The Russians are actively pushing toward the village of Kotlinne and Udachne and attempting to encircle Pishane. Simultaneously, they are advancing from the village of Shevchenko toward Zvirove. Battles continue for Zelene, Dachinske, while intense fighting rages near Myrnograd, including assaults on Promень, Myrolюбівка, and Vozdvizhenka. Further south, after capturing Novoyelizavetivka, the Russians are attempting to advance but have yet to achieve new successes. Ukrainian forces are doing everything possible to maintain defense, but Dnipropetrovsk region remains only 6 kilometers and 600 meters away. Very soon, the Russians might break even closer. They significantly expanded the front line in this area, suggesting further advances may occur soon. In the Kurakhove direction, the situation remains catastrophic. Russian forces are assaulting Slovyanka, Petropavlivka, and the village of Shevchenko, breaking through near Kurakhove. From the south, they are attempting to advance toward the area of the village of Konstantinopolsk and are pushing to the outskirts of Constantinople. While further progress has been stalled for now, several settlements in this area are effectively surrounded, with Ukrainian troops under constant fire from all sides. Holding the defense here is extremely challenging. in the Velikonovosilka area. The Russians are nearing the completion of their operation. The city is now almost fully encircled, and the situation worsens with each passing day. Russian forces are assaulting Vremivka and pushing toward Novosilka. The situation is highly critical from the farthest front line to the Dnipropetrovsk region. Only 3 kilometers and 400 meters remain. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, Russian forces continue the attacks on Novoandreevka but haven't achieved any success. For now, activity in this area remains minimal, with only a few assaults daily, and the front line hasn't changed. However, in the Kherson direction, Russian forces have serious intentions of crossing to the right bank and capturing Kherson, similar to how Ukrainian forces previously broke through to the left bank. As a result, daily attempts to advance on the islands persist. They are striving to bring as much territory as possible under their control to get closer to Kherson. So far, they have managed to make gains in the area near the Antonivskyi Bridge. Now they are attempting to expand the territory they control. The situation here is challenging, but the Russians are aware their losses will be enormous, though they continue to follow their commander's orders. And now let's move to the Toretsk direction. Here, Russian forces continue advancing toward the outskirts of Sherbinivka, as well as pushing into Toretsk itself. For now, they haven't achieved any new successes within the last 24 hours. However, the attacks show no signs of stopping, and the situation remains difficult. In the Chasiv Yar direction, battles continue over Stupochki, and Ukrainian positions in Chasiv Yar are under constant assaults. Despite these relentless attacks, Russian forces have made no new advances. Their most recent success was moving slightly closer to Pretechene, but no new assaults on this village have been recorded, and the front line remains unchanged for now. In the Siversk direction, Russian forces are assaulting Bilohorivka, but their activity has decreased. While recent days saw attacks from multiple directions, after the Ukrainian forces repelled all advances, the Russians are now conducting assaults only in the central part of the village and just a few times per day. For now, a breakthrough toward Siversk remains out of their reach. In the Lyman direction, Russian forces continue to build on their previous gains near Ivanivka. Having made progress toward the village earlier, they are now trying to fully capture it for further advances. However, Ukrainian defenders are successfully repelling all attacks, and the front line remains stable. Battles are also ongoing near the village of Terne. Still, Russian troops haven't managed to secure full control of the area up to the water barrier. In the Borova direction, Russian forces continue assaults near Zaporizhzhia. Despite claims by the Russian Ministry of Defense, some unconfirmed reports suggest that the village hasn't fully fallen under their control, and Ukrainian forces are working to push them back. Battles are also ongoing for Kopanki, with Russian forces advancing toward Novoyegorivka. Further south, fighting continues near the village of Makiyevka, but there have been no changes to the front line. In the Kupiansk direction, Russian forces have failed to capture Kucherivka and Petropavlivka. As a result, they have shifted the attacks toward Golubivka and are advancing across the fields from Stepova Novoselivka. However, over the past day, no progress has been made as Ukrainian defenders successfully repel all assaults. In the Kharkiv direction, Russian forces continue attempts to advance toward the settlement of Liptsi. However, Ukrainian forces successfully repel these assaults, leaving the situation unchanged. Near Vovchansk, battles persist, but the Russian troops cannot even reach the water barrier as Ukrainian defenders effectively push them back. As a result, the front line remains stable. In the Kursk direction, Russian and Korean forces continue their counteroffensive, though their activity remains moderate. Attacks are coming from all sides, with their efforts focused on advancing towards Suja. Despite this, no changes to the front line were observed over the past day, and we await further developments. Meanwhile, Russian forces predict that in the early days of the new year, Ukraine may launch a major offensive on Russian territory to divert their troops from key directions on the Ukrainian front. This suggests that significant changes to the front line might occur soon. And that's all from me. So please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.